Awesome, guys. So our first session with algebra, with maths revision for the year, we're just going to run through a full question. There are some concepts I would not really waste time on. I think this page, I should be able to do all of these three questions. Okay, let's see quickly. The first one, oh yeah, even the set, yeah. So, first one. X squared minus 2x minus 8. Okay, beautiful. 2 marks to get here. My factors are what? 4 and 2. So x equals to 4 or x equals to negative 2. This should actually be 3 marks, but the examiner being stingy, give you 1 mark for the entire 2 values answer, and then 1 mark for the factorization. I hope everybody got that. Number 2, very straightforward. 2x squared. Yeah, this one is correct as 4 marks. So 2x squared minus 3x minus 7 equals to 0. X equals to minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Please share answers with me. Somebody please share answers with me. Yes, Michelle?
2.77 or
2,77 or
negative 1.27.
All right, rounded off correctly to 2 decimal places. Number 3. Oh, beautiful one here. X plus 1, 4 minus x. Guys, this is not in standard form. There's a problem here. This one. We need to change it to standard form by doing sign change. So x plus 1, multiply that by negative. That gives you x minus 4. Just flip it. But that will affect my inequality sign. Now we have our number line. Smaller number on the left, smaller critical value, which is negative 1 and 4. Plus, minus, that's the standard. Now, if I'm looking for something less than 0, I should be looking at negative values, which is right here, in between. I love to always write this. And that is your inequality sign. Learners always just miss that thing. So, negative 1 less than x, that's your between. Those are your e's. And 4. Oh, let me put my ticks here. 1 mark, 1 mark, 1 mark, and 1 mark. 4 marks. This one is 3 marks. This line would get me 1 mark. 1 mark there and 1 mark there. Let me know. Are we on the same page? Are we on the same page, everybody? Questions? Let's see if there are questions, please. We might not have time to come back. Yes, Michelle?
So for this 4 minus x bracket, I didn't flip it in any way. I just removed the bracket how we would normally do so, and then I just moved x over the equal sign.
What did you do?
So I said 4 minus x.
All right, let me stop you there. Don't separate your bracket. It's not an equal sign. So did you do something like this? Or 4 minus x, like that? Huh?
Oh, yes, sir.
Please don't separate. Don't put or. The only time you should do that, let me show you quickly. So don't separate it, please. The only time you can do that is if you have something like this. And it's not that you are even separating. Look at this. 2 to the power x, 3 minus x less than 0. If I have that, I am simply saying if I multiply 2 things, I want them to be negative. But the rule of math is that 2 to the power x can never be less than 0. this one is always positive. For all values of x. So it means this one is always positive. This one, therefore, can the only one that will be negative. Then I can say, therefore, 3 minus x. That is the only time you should separate that. So please take note of that. Don't separate to say that or that. It's more complex than what you see, and you might get certain questions wrong once we separate. I hope it's noted. Okay, everybody, we learning a few things now. 1.2, let's see what our 1.2 would be. All right, 1.2. Solve for P. Okay, I think this one is quite straightforward. If we are solving for P here, (14 over P) is P plus 5. I will just cross multiply. I have P squared plus 5P, which means P squared plus 5P minus 14 would give us a 0. I think I'm seeing my answers already as 7 and 2. P plus 7, which means P equals to 7, or P equals, negative 7 or 2. 3 marks. Why are these examiners stingy with marks? Stingy, this is 4 marks, but anyway, hence or otherwise. Okay, guys, I want to do this using the word hence, and I want to do this using the word otherwise. So if I am using the word hence means I should compare. And if you notice, what do you notice? They actually look alike. I don't know if you see that. It is 14 over what? Root of x plus 5 equals to root of x plus 5. What do you notice? 14, the original one is this, right? I don't know if you've seen what they've done. Do you notice what they've done? That this is the same. My 5s are the same, right? And my 14. It means they replaced this with that. And that is the exact same thing they did there. So it means that what? P is equal to root of what? X plus 5. But what is P? I have a negative 7. So first answer. No solution there. I don't even need to work that out. Why? The square root of a number is not negative. The square root of a number is positive. For the second one, P, what do we have? 2. We can then square both sides now. 4. What is X? Negative 1. Now, this is one way to do it. There are 3 ways of doing this question. This is method number 1, using the word hence. What if this question was isolated on its own? What would you do? You can use the K method, which is the same thing as this P method. So let x, root of x plus 5 be what? K. But I want to do something different from that completely. All right? Are you ready for me? I want to do something completely different from that. Please check. Please make sure you ask anywhere you feel 14 over root of x plus 5. Okay, look at this. I am going to multiply with root of x plus 5. If I do that, it cancels this one automatically. Root of x, let me show you that step. I think it might just be worthwhile. Multiplied by root of x plus 5. I am multiplying every term I want you to see where we are going to arrive at. So I'm doing the same thing across the board. 14. Now square root and square root. The square root just goes. So I'm left with what? X plus 5. Look at where we are. 2. Let's move everything else to the left hand side and leave the surds. What is 14 minus 5? 9 minus x. Do you remember the feel of this? Surds. We can now square both sides. Let's see. I want us to walk it through and see what we are going to get. What are we going to get here? 81 minus 18x plus what? X squared. What is 5 squared? 25. Now the square and the square root takes care of each other. Let's see if we're going to come out with x minus 1. Okay, let's expand. 81 minus 18x plus what? What would this give us? 25x plus 125. Let's do the maths. Move everything over. What are we going to get? I know it's quite longer, but I just love you to see it. X squared. What is minus 18 minus 25? Minus 43. Minus 43x. 81 minus 125. 44. Minus 44. Do we have factors? Yes. 44 and 1. X 44, x plus 1. So it's either x equals to what? Negative 44. No, sorry. Positive what? 44. Now what do? We need to test. That 44 is what we said there was no solution. If you test, this one would not work. And I want to show you that 44 again. Where is that 44? Somebody saying, 44 is not going to work. Someone saying, but where did that 44 come from? It didn't surface at all. It would have surfaced if I had continued this calculation. Check this. I'm going to write it in green. Square both sides. 49. But it's not going to work. Already you say I wrote no solution. And why is it not working? The square root of a number is greater than what? Or equal to 0. If I ask you for the square root of 9, you don't say minus 3. It's not square root of 9 is not plus or minus 3. It is 3. It is only when you are solving that you use plus or minus. Are we on the same page, everybody? Did it make sense? Square root of a number is positive. Okay, let's run. 1.3. 10 marks. Beautiful for 1.3 and 1.4. Let's see if we can squeeze both of them in here. There's always that 1.4, guys, that will always challenge you. I've been trying to do quite a number of them on TikTok. I became a TikToker by all means. I think we can find x, yeah? What is x? 1 plus 3y. What do we then do? Substitute. So please be very careful here. Here you've got to take your time. 1 plus 3y minus y squared. Take your time here, don't rush. 1 plus 6y plus 9y squared minus 2y. Don't rush it. 9 minus 6, 3. 3 minus 1. 2y squared. I hope I'm fine. 9 minus 6 is 3. 3 minus 1. Yep. What else? I have a 6y minus 2y this is where learners make mistake, this part. And 1 minus 7. Okay, I'm sure I can divide. And I can lovely. So y equals to minus 3, or y equals to what? 1. Are these the answers we have? Okay, beautiful. Which automatically gives me my x value. If y is minus 3, what is our x? So x will be equal to 1 plus 3. 1 minus 9, negative 8. And the second value, 1 plus 3, x equals to 4. Let's see. 6 marks, usually 6 marks. Mark number 1, substitution mark number 2, simplified form, factor 3, factor 4, y values 5, x values 6. All right, 1.4, which is what I love. That's the most interesting part of this for me. This is what you should be expecting. You must expect things like this 1.4 a lot. If 2 to the power x, okay, repeatedly you're able to do this, right? What am I looking for? I'm looking for the value of these ones. I call them non-routine. They're just crazy. There's no pattern. You just have to think outside the box. For me, I think I would just change those x's to see what I have. Let's see. Will that work? Okay, this is what I will do. I will see whether it's going to work. And I see it's a fraction. I don't know if I'm going the right way, but let's see. Diagonal, 2x squared plus x. Ooh. Why am I getting... Okay, but let's see. All right. Okay, let me see what this would lead me to. What is the meaning of this? This is 2 over what? 6x minus 1. Okay, let's see something. I just want to continue and see where it will lead me. Robertly, I hope you're not laughing at me because you said you got this right. You found a way. Okay, guys, I'm going to factorize. If I factorize, what would I get? Now, this is cube, right? Mm-hmm. If I factorize, you see, this kind of question, you just have to continue and see. I don't know where I'm going, but let's see. I just have a flair for these questions. I love them. So it's either x equals to 0 or Can I factorize that? Let's see. Just trust the process. We'll see where we're going. We'll see where we're going. All right. If I were to factorize, I like to do my factorization like this. X3. 1 minus, something is wrong somewhere. Wait. Yep, I can tell. This is a negative. It's a negative because I'm moving both of, so negative. So this should be what? Negative. All right. So which one is negative again? Minus 3. Okay. Yeah, it's now fine, right? Beautiful. Okay, I don't know if you guys know this method that I did. Okay, so my 3x squared minus 2x minus 1 equals to 0, which would give me x minus 1, 3x plus 1. Oh yeah, it's fine. So x equals to 1 or x equals to what? And the examiner gave me a restriction. X is less than 0. So therefore 2 over 6x minus 1 will be equal to 2 over 6. My x is that. Oh, not bad. Negative what? 2. So which is negative 2 over 3. Not bad. This kind of question, you don't give up on the way. You must just, soldier on as long as there's something you can do. Yeah, trust the process. As long as you're not stuck, there's a next step, just continue. They're quite tricky. A lot of them are tricky. Please get on my TikTok, and I think I've done about 25 of this now. That's a good number. I've done about 25 1.4s. And whatever I do for grade 11 is applicable to grade 12. Are we okay, everybody? Are we okay? All right, beautiful maths, beautiful. I wasn't so sure. Okay, so it's right. No, as I was working, I wasn't so sure where I'm going. I just kept working. Can I move? Can I divide? They're always quite tricky. Anyway, that is that. I don't know. Somebody take a screenshot quickly. Let's see. We have 30 minutes. What can we do? Patterns of functions. Can we do one function? Let's do one function. Pattern is fresh. We just did that. Me, 7:30. Did I say 7:30, people? No, I don't. Oh. Tegufasu, what? Okay, but let's. Your car's outside now. Huh? Okay, please ask. I forgot about that schedule long time ago. No, I think I was supposed to have some classes somewhere. Ooh, look at this one. Guys, please, may I ask you to take a picture? I want you to try all of this. They are quite nice. 17 marks. We can answer this in our next session, but I really want to do one of the functions tonight. Let's see. Somebody take a picture, send this through. Did you do all of this? I'm loving 2.3. I'm just loving 2.3. Anybody sent me a picture on the group? You got demotivated at 2.3. Okay.
I think I did it, but I think I did it wrong.
And then it finished you. Okay, guys, I won't do patterns now because this pattern, similar to what we did yesterday. I said yesterday. Sorry, I was with grade 12. Okay, I'm going to skip patterns quickly. Yes, can we just do this 17 marks and then we call it a night? I need this. I need this. This is the simplest function you would ever get. Huh? Okay, guys, let's see. Let me give you 12 minutes. And there's something I would love to teach you on this. But I'll do it when I'm answering. Talk to me, people. Did we manage? Did we manage? Okay, let's quickly mark this. Guys, we would continue with functions. And so again, in our next session, we will do our remaining algebra and more functions. Okay, but please let's start practicing. I haven't gone through the list of your timetables yet, but hopefully we'll have another session before you guys can write. Okay, let's look at this. I'm going to add something to this. All right, the lines. Oh, actually love this. I love this. We have our axis of symmetry. This is beautiful. Please take note. If you equate or solve your axis of symmetry, you will get your asymptotes. Y equals to, so the axis of symmetry, this is a beautiful one. Y equals to, there are two things I'd love to show you. Minus x plus 4, call that equation 1, and y equals to x minus 2. If I solve this simultaneously, just by equating, what do we have? 2x equals to 6, x equals to 3, and y, if you substitute in any of the equations, all right, check. My equation says minus 3 over x plus p. Please, this is very, I want to show you something and call your attention to something important. Please, something important. Whenever you have this, please make sure you carefully answer the value of p and q. What do I mean? For my vertical asymptote, I'll say x plus p equals to 0 and x equals to negative p. But what is x? 3. Somebody's saying, but this doesn't really matter. It matters. P is negative 3, and definitely my q is my y. All right, let me show you why I'm saying it matters. I'm going to write this in a different color because I'm creating a new question. What if the examiner gave me this? That's when you know that it matters. Look at that. In fact, let me create problems. Look at this. This is when you will know it matters. What is your vertical asymptote here? X minus p equals to 0. X equals to p. What is the value of x? 3. Please look at, you notice that it has changed. At first, p was negative 3. Now it has changed. P is 3. Always, please work it out. This issue of saying you're just changing signs, you will get things wrong. And then minus q. All right, so minus q is equal to y. What's our y value? 1. So what is q? Negative. Look at the way things just changed because of the way I wrote the equation. So please don't just do things. Keep an eye on that equation. I hope it makes sense. First, we said we should, what did we say we should do? Number 1, we said we should equate our axis of symmetry to get our asymptotes. And then please use the equation. So I prefer you to do it manually. Find your asymptote and equate. Are we on the same page here? Are we on the same? Please, this is very, very important. A lot of people just say, change the sign, change the sign. And you find things going south. Please don't just change the signs, work it out. Okay, there's one more thing I want to show you before I continue. What's our equation? So we're back to the question. We're back to the question. So f of x equals to negative 3. Our p is what? Negative 3. And our q is 1. I want to show you something important before we continue. Examiner can rewrite this equation. Okay, look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to cross multiply. DDD, right? You know that system. Okay, I just want to show you something. So examiner can rewrite this as x minus 6. All right, look at this. So here is my f of x. Okay. So examiner would give you this. All right, rewrite x minus 6 over x minus 3 as y equals to a over x plus p plus q. Learners struggle with this even in grade 12. I'm going to show you one quick method that I want you to learn. A very, very quick method. And I'll show you the steps. Step number 1. Find your vertical asymptote. So step 1, I want you to write this down. You need it. Step 1. What is our vertical asymptote? X minus 3 equals to 0. So x equals, this is one of the many methods that are available, but I just love this one. I did this, created this some time ago, and it's beautiful. Now, step 2, find the value of a. Look at it. Find a, I'll give you the note, by subbing x equals to 3 in the numerator only. So I'll say my a equals to what? 3 minus 6. Check. Minus 3. I just substituted it in the numerator. What's my numerator? X minus 6. It's very fast. And step 3. Your q is the coefficient of x in the numerator. So look at my equation. Y therefore is, what is my a? Negative 3. What's my denominator? And the coefficient of x is 1 here. Plus 1. I'm back at my equation. I know it looked long. Someone say, oh, wow. There are so many methods, but I promise you this is by far the simplest. I will show you again. I'll show you. Let me write another equation quickly. I'm just waiting for you to finish writing. I want to write another equation for you to see how fast it is once I've written the steps. All of these steps can be done just at once. Okay, look at it. Example again. X plus 4 over x minus 1. I already know my vertical asymptote. I'll just substitute there by the numerator 1 plus 4. So I'm done. Y will be equal to a over your denominator. And what's the coefficient of x? It is plus 1. Case closed. I'm going to do another one. Then I'll give you one to do for me. What's my vertical asymptote? X equals to 2. What is my a? Do you see what I'm doing there? And that is 7. And I'm done. 7 over x minus 2. What's the coefficient of x? Do you see how fast it can be? Did you get it? Did you get it? Talk to me. Let me see. Did you get that? Try this for me. Try this for me quickly. Quickly. Try that for me. 30 seconds. Try that for me in 30 seconds. Got it? And I can show you where, questions where this, it was even tested this year for grade 12s. It was tested. Vertical asymptote, x equals to 3. So what is my A? We substitute negative 4, 3 plus 1. What would that be? 1 minus 12 is negative 11. So what's my equation? Negative 11 over x minus 3, and the coefficient is that, negative 4. Did you get it? Did you get it? In case you missed it, please practice more and more. It's examinable. Very, very examinable. Anyway, that was by the way. Let's go back to our question. Okay, we were done with that. What are we looking for now? We now have our f of x. We're looking for the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Beautiful. So what is f of x? And all of this is just to build to a particular point. What was it? Was it minus 3? Minus 3 plus 1. Okay. Let's find x-intercept. We know y is 0. So 0 we move this over. Usually I swap this. I just exchange them. Don't change the sign. I just usually swap this. And I simplify. That will be 3 plus 3. So when x is 6, y is 0. I'm sure you did all of this. Now we're looking for y-intercept, the next question. We know that the x value is 0. 0 minus 3 plus 1. What will this be? That should give us 2. We're sketching. As quick, guys, this is routine now. We're sketching. We start by drawing x and y. Very important. Label it and put a 0 there. Asymptotes. Vertical asymptote. What is x? Vertical asymptote. Positive 3. Don't make it too wild. Otherwise your graph looks funny. And horizontal asymptote, y equals to 1. Now my x-intercepts, x is 6. And my y-intercept, the value of 2 there. Okay, so I already see where my graph is. Please don't draw straight lines. This graph should not be straight at any point. If this one is going to give you a challenge, I'll tell you what to do. Like I see that I'm going to struggle a little bit. It's a sketch, so I'll do that. I already have an idea where it should be. 6. And I'm done. I am done. And this graph, let's label it. This is the graph of f. So please, I want us to make sure this is well done. Please, very, very well done. Let's see, write down the domain of G. If G is the reflection of f along the line x equals to 0. Beautiful. Let's see. G is f reflected. Oh, I love this. Along. Now, what is x equals to 0? Basically, they are telling you it is the y-axis. That's where x equals to 0, here. And if I reflect along the y, what am I doing? What's the instruction? We said keep y and change the value of x. So anywhere I see x, again, what is f of x? Negative 3. So basically, g of x is negative f of x. No, keep x, we keep y, and change x. Beautiful. That's what it means. We change the sign of x, and this would be negative 3 over, instead of x. But my good learners, never leave your answer as a negative x. It must be in standard form. So what do? Factor out that x plus 3. Now, negative divided by negative would give us positive. So this is what your graph looks like. And that is your g of x. And if they want my asymptote, 1 second, or write down the domain of g of x. X is an element of real numbers, but x cannot be equal to the vertical asymptote, negative 3. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. I'm actually going to share this lesson with my grade 12s for them to just watch this functions part. So important. Everything we did today is examinable next year when you are in grade 12. Let me know if you are okay. We have one more question to do. Just one more question to do. Please let me know if there's any question that you want to ask. I love the reflection part. And I'll also show you how to reflect along other lines. Somebody just remind me in our next session. For which, learners struggle with this one. For which values of x will x multiplied by f of x be less than or equal to 0? For the purpose of re-explaining, I am going to redraw my graph. Or for the purpose of explaining very well, I'm quickly going to redraw this graph. So we had our function this way, where that's a 6, that's a 3, and we have the function this way, and this is a 2, and that's a 1. The examiner says x multiplied by f of x, is it less than or equal to? Just want to check quick. Yes, 3 marks. Less than or equal to 0. Guys, I normally interpret from the right hand side. What do I mean? When something is less than 0, it has to be negative. Which means if I need to multiply two things to get a negative, one of them would be positive and this would be negative. Or when this is negative, this would be positive. Both of them would give me what? Negative. But they also said a 0. So it's either this one is 0 or this is 0. So I have many options that I'm looking for. To get a 0, one of them must be 0. To get a negative, they must be of opposite signs. But here is the question. What is x? X is just x values. Beautiful. So let me use a yellow or green. X values. X values are negative here. That is x. X value here is 0. X values here are positive. That's all. That's my x. So that's just x. But f of x is y. So I'll go back to my graph. Let me use the yellow. Graph of y. This one is above the x-axis across here. So all of these are positive. They are above the x. Here it is below the x. So it's negative, 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 negative. But it's a 0 here and then becomes a positive across. That is my f of x, which is y. Now I am going to then take a ruler. I love to use a ruler. And move that ruler across. Now, if you look at all of this, I am actually touching positive and negative because remember, this graph continues, right? Okay, so green is negative. I'm looking for where they are opposite signs. The yellow is positive. That continues, it continues until I get to this point. Do you notice that my first answer lies here? And what's the x value there? 0. So x is less than 0. Hold on. I'm going to come back. Now, if you look at this, I am touching yellow positive and green positive. That's not what I want. What do I mean? Look at my signs. Positive and positive. I don't want that. Okay, so I'm going to continue my movement. When I move here, what do you notice? Do you notice the green? Oh, sorry. The green is now positive while the yellow is negative. And that continues until this point. Because after this point, they both become positive. I don't want that. So where is my next answer? My next answer is just after the asymptote. Between 3 and 6. Between 3 and 6. Once I write between, look at what my answer would be. X is less than, like that. So I have two answers. At this point, my answers will give me negative. But the examiner said also equal to 0. Now let's go and check. Where did we write a 0? We wrote a 0 here for green. And we wrote a 0 here for 6. The yellow one's on 6. Again, at 0, green. At 6, yellow. All I have to do now is to go back. At 0 and at 6. Case closed. Let me know. And that's your answer. Please, that's one of the simplest things that learners just run away from, and I don't understand why. Learners run away from it for no reason, because of lack of proper understanding. Okay, guys, are we all okay? Everything on board so far? There was something I want to quickly show you. Please, just 1 minute before you go. 1 minute or less than. Please, very important. Very, very important. These are concepts that are not usually taught, but very important. Look at that. I'm going to use the same graph. Okay. All right. I'm going to use this same graph. Watch this. Watch this. Let's see. I hope this would help me explain. We had a graph that looks like this, right? And this was what, 2. And we had a graph that looked like that. And this was what? 6. Guys, if I draw, okay, we were given something earlier on. Yes, let me go back. We were given our axis of symmetry, minus x plus 4. Now, if I were to draw that graph, minus x plus 4, if I were to draw that graph, 4 would be somewhere here. All right, minus x plus 4, y equals to negative x plus 4. What would be my x-intercept? 0. All right, so x will be equal to 4. Okay, I want us to see something here. There's something I want us to see. This is a 3. So minus x plus 4, my axis of symmetry would look like this. It must pass through. Okay, this graph will not really assist me in doing what I want to do. But I want to show you something important. This is 4, and that's negative 4. Okay. I want to look for this coordinate. Let me use a white. I want to look for this coordinate A. Okay, no, this graph would not help me. But what do I want to do? I'll show you next week. Please remind me. This point, let's mark it point A, point B, and point C. Please just mark it. Point A, point B, point C. I'll do a proper one next week. B is the midpoint. It's a mathematical concept, if you don't know, can cause a lot of problem of A and C. Where A and C are the point of intersection of the axis of symmetry and the hyperbola. Even if you don't remind me, I will remember. I need to show you where that can be tested. I'll need to show you where that can be tested. Just write that and you are free to log out as we take a night rest now and end the class. Once you're done writing that, I will show you where that is important. I will show you where that is important. In our next class, we're going to calculate those points. Have a lovely evening, everybody, and good night.